Good morning. Hi, how are you guys? I'm excited to have you visiting our website to learn more about our registration process. I'm Mrs. J. I am Mrs. Jezanowski, but everyone calls me Mrs. J, and you're welcome to do that as well. I'm your counselor. I'm the seventh grade counselor right now, but next year I'll be the sixth grade counselor, and then I'll stay with you for the next 2 years. And so I want to make sure that we get to know each other and that that you know that I'm available for any questions that you might have about this process or about anything as school begins next year. So I just wanted to walk you through this process and make sure that you know kind of what it looks like. Um, you will be receiving in the next couple days email with a QR code in it that's going to take you through this process and give you a little bit more information. And so um, if any of that is confusing to you, please reach out to me where I'm happy to help with any of that. You can reply to the email that I send. You can reach out to the school directly. All right, so let's get started with this process. So you can get to this a couple different ways. You can go to our Lava Ridge Intermediate website, which is lavaridge.net. I will be sending out the QR code, the link, and so you can get to it that way, or you can go to our counseling website. And so to get to the counseling website from the Lava Ridge site, you go here to counseling, and that will take you to our section of the web page. And then you scroll down about halfway and you'll find this 2025-2026 registration. There is a lot of information on this page, so if you wanted to spend some time looking at that, you could do that. But this is primarily where we want you to go with this process. And that will take you to a section for new students, incoming sixth grade, and next year's seventh grade students. And part of this video will be linked here for you so that you can have that to reference if you need. And then you just click here on sixth grade, and then that takes you to a page where there's a lot of information, but we wanted to make sure that you have everything that you need. So be careful, carefully read through all of this so that you are clear on what the process is. You will get to choose an elective class, most of you. Elective class just means a class that you get to choose. And so the requirements for sixth grade are laid out here in this table. We have 3 different pathways that could possibly be applying to you. The regular class schedule is for someone who just takes a regular school day, and that would be the one class that you get to choose. Some students, you'll be in dual language immersion, and either learning Chinese or Spanish. And so that class does take that elective spot, but in some cases we can drop some of these required classes to add in another elective class. And so if that's something you're interested in, there is a place to indicate it on the form. And so just let us know and we'll help you through that process to make sure that your schedule looks just like what you want it to. And then for some students, we will need to give some academic support, study skills, English language support program, or a learning strategies class. And same thing, we can adjust that schedule so that it is what the student needs. And so we can help you with that. But indicate those things on the form. And then as we go through our scheduling process, we'll get with you to make the adjustments. Again, we have the required classes here. And then down here at the bottom of this page, you can click on these to see what those classes are like. Our teachers have put together videos and little explanation slideshows so that you can see what those classes are like and if that's something that you want to do. Now, we are looking at the tour this week. We're doing all those things as well. So your students will get that at school if they've come to the tour. But you can see that here, parents, and that can help you make that decision with your child. Once you have made that decision, you can click here at the bottom, register by clicking here, or right here. Takes you to the same place. So just click on one of those buttons and it will bring you to this Lava Ridge Intermediate sixth grade registration form. We aren't having any paper forms this year. Everything's online, and all the information's on the website. So there's nothing to turn in. You don't have to print anything out, but you do need to make sure you come to this website and fill this form out. This is where you will put in your contact information, and it will ask you questions based on those questions, it'll take you to the right section. So for example, if you're in dual immersion or if you need supports, it'll take you to see what those options might be. And then you're going to rank your choices. So the way our computer program works, we put in the top 2 choices that you have and an alternate choice. Top 3 choices that you have in the alternate choice, depending on whether it's full year or half year classes. And then the computer makes those assignments based on availability and seats and all those different parameters. So we want to make sure that we have these correct for you. If we, for whatever reason, don't have your registration by the time the deadline's up, then those classes will just be added automatically based on what's available. And so we want to make sure that you get in here and get those requests in so we can make sure that your schedule looks just like what you want it to look like. We want this to be a good experience for you. We're looking forward so much to having you here. So again, if you have any questions, reach out to me, your counselor, Mrs. J, and I can certainly help you with any of that. So I hope that answered your questions. I hope that makes it clear for you. Go through this form, fill it out. There's a place to write notes. There's a place to give me whatever information you might have or questions you might have. And then I do go through that and I will reach out to you if I need to. So thank you again. We're so excited to have your kids here next year. We love when we get these fresh new batch of kids in. And I really especially love getting to know them over the course of the next 2 years. So thanks again for showing up and for filling this out. We're excited to have you and we'll see you soon.